Welcome to Strictly Talk
Where Strictly talks about Strictly.
with Poppy and Jordan.
And this is episode 20. We are talking about Britain's Got Talent, Strictly Come Dancing, and the crossover of the two worlds. And that's gonna be the episode, so look forward to that. But before we start, this is episode 20. We were going to do something fun and special for episode 20, but then Britain's Got Talent happened to end this weekend, so we're not. We'll do it next week instead. So we're going to do an Ask Us Anything. We want you all to just ask your questions. They can be strictly questions, they can be other questions. I'll tell you my favorite type of dog. I don't mind. I'm open
What
to
is
it.
it?
You're going to have to come back. Well,
Sorry.
you'll find out if someone asks in the comments. So yeah, head to the comments right now, wherever you are, Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, and ask us anything. And that's next week's episode. Spoilers.
You give the Q's, we'll give the A's.
Yeah, and you'll get more hit lines like that.
Thank you. Wow.
And now we're going to start how we always start.
With a this or that. And I have one, if you're willing to receive it.
I would love to receive it.
So, considering Britain's Got Talent and considering Strictly, would you rather have the judges of Britain's Got Talent judging Strictly or the judges of Strictly judging Britain's Got Talent?
Oh, interesting. Okay. See, right. First of all, got to acknowledge Alicia has done both.
Truth tea, and we'll come back to that later.
We will come back to that later. I would love to see the Strictly judges judging Britain's Got Talent, particularly Anton, because he gives such energy and character, and obviously he knows a lot about ballroom and Latin, so he can give the critical feedback at the same time. However, I'd love to see him try and give feedback to a dancing dog. I'd love to see him try and give feedback to a drone show.
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say, I'd love to see his reaction to magic.
Oh, yes. I would love to see Motzi's reaction to magic.
Yes.
And you know what? I think it would work. I don't know if the current Strictly judges are sort of similar to the current Britain's Got Talent judges, but back when it was like Simon, David, and then I could get Amanda and Alicia-ish, but I'm thinking like Craig is Simon, obviously. You know, we're getting that energy. And then we kind of had it with David Williams, but in a very different way. We love Anton.
Yeah. Can't say the same for David Williams.
Take from that way, you will. And like it was quite a fun dynamic. So yeah, I think it would be a very fun crossover that I would want to see. I also think the other way around, Britain's Got Talent judges judging Strictly. KSI has some hot takes on Britain's Got Talent. He's saying some things, and I'm like, sometimes he's the only one I agree with, and sometimes he's the only one I disagree with. But he would be saying things, and then us, the audience, would be like, he has no idea what he's saying. Similarly, Simon Cowell is going to be so critical. And to a minor spoiler for the rest of this episode, we're going to be talking about various ballroom things that have happened on Britain's Got Talent, and Simon doesn't know what he's talking about. I watched the feedback. He doesn't know. So I think Amanda and Alicia would do great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final answers.
I agree.
Strictly judges on Britain's Got Talent.
Yes. I agree. Let's make it happen. I think... Let's make it happen. Yeah. I just want to see the Strictly judges react to like different types of acts. What would happen if you had Mr. Cherry and Anton? Or Shirley? What would Shirley do if she saw that man swinging that lady round by her hip? Nipples. You know? There were nipples. There were nipples. Well, my love.
You saw that in person.
Yeah. I didn't really look. I got scared.
Yeah, that's one that it would be stressful to watch live. Also, Epic Sax Guy and Shirley.
They would get on, I think.
They would get on. Dare I say, prediction for Strictly lineup 2026, Epic Sax Guy.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. He's doing the rounds. So, yeah. Well, there you go. And we also forgot to say this. Let us know, would you rather the Strictly judges judge Britain's Got Talent or the Britain's Got Talent judges judge Strictly? Put it in the comments. We're going to get better at this, I swear. It's only been...
You're going to write your question. You've gone, oh, I've written a question. Brilliant. Then you're going to go, wait a minute, I've watched this or that. I would pick this.
I'd pick this. Yeah.
There you go. Let us know. We do read the comments.
Are going to be... We do read them. We absolutely do read them. And I'm very bad at replying to them, but we do read them.
We do read them.
So we kind of touched on it there. We alluded to it. Also, I think I had been last time we filmed and you were about to go. That was the case. Because then I found it really funny that Poppy chose to say Britain's Got Talent as an example of an arbitrary show she may not enjoy as a specific random example.
No, I love it. It's my favorite show.
She does love it. We both went and saw Britain's Got Talent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fremantle.
Thank you, Fremantle.
We got tickets to different semi-finals. I went to semi-final 4. I went to
semi-final 5.
5. Thank you to ITV, STV, Britain's Got Talent, Fremantle for having us. It was very cool. It was a very awesome experience. So we're gonna talk you through our different experiences first. Basically, we got to set the scene. I'm on the train to London. It's a wonderful time. It's really warm, super, super sweaty, very busy train.
Oh.
It's a Saturday. And usually, if I'm going to an event in London, they're like a random Tuesday night or something. And so if I'm getting the train in the middle of a Tuesday, it's not too bad. Getting a peak train on a Saturday, not great. Anyway, I get to Britain's Got Talent, and already it's like VIP. Hello. As they're like, come with me. I'm like, me? And I meet these lovely 2 people whose names I don't remember, who were other people that were invited. And they were really nice, and we were both like, what are we doing here? This is really cool. And we get taken in. Basically, we got given like 2 minutes to take photos and videos on stage at the judges' seats, do whatever we want. I was so overwhelmed by the entire experience. I didn't know what I was going into. I didn't know what to expect out of my experience of it. I didn't plan anything. And then took some photos. And that was it. And then we sat down and we experienced the entire show. So let me talk you through what a show is like. Because obviously...
Go on.
It's live. It's live TV, darling. So it is crazy how much goes on that you don't see on camera. And that's sort of my favorite part. Yeah. It was so cool to see the fact that, like, obviously between every act, they have to reset the stage. Obviously, the judges are talking, but also getting their makeup retouched up or going to the toilet or whatever. There was so much going on. Basically, this guy came out on stage before the show started, and he explained to us what us, the audience, were going to have to do, which was, in short, scream, shout, cheer, stand, shout, hit the golden buzzer if you want them to hit the golden buzzer, boo the judges if you disagree with what they say. Be a very interactive audience. They really wanted to. And they incentivized us by saying, some of you guys will get prizes. The craziest of you lot will get prizes. And so people were going crazy. They also said stuff like, don't stand in the aisle because we're filming. You're probably going to end up on camera. The only rule pretty much was, the rules were don't stand in the aisle and don't film during filming. Which a lot of people didn't follow. But I actually was very well behaved. And yeah, thank you. And then the show began. And it was, for me, it was the semi-final that Rafferty Coop won.
Oh, yes.
And Sonny Green got the golden buzzer. So those were the 2 winners of my semi-final. It was quite an interesting experience to watch live because I think I enjoyed it more than, I mean, obviously it's such a cool experience, but I think a lot of the talent felt better, but it surprised me that Rafferty did so well because you couldn't see half of his trick because it was for camera.
Oh.
Because he's a magician.
I was going to say, like, did you find being there, you could guess who was going to get through. Because I completely guessed the top three based on audience reaction. I knew my favorites, but I was like, based on how they've reacted, I can tell immediately who's going to get through. Whereas, like, I feel like when you're watching at home, you might not be able to tell the same way.
Yeah, I think. Well, what I found quite interesting with it on that is, so Sonny got the golden buzzer, and right before Sonny, I think it was there was like a boys' choir whose name I can't remember, and the audience were going crazy for them,
Oh,
and
wow.
Simon wasn't giving us much. And then
Oh,
after, and it was Sonny, Simon was looking at the audience, sort of being like, "You gonna make some noise for him?"
mm.
And initially there was a sort of like, "Are we gonna make some noise for him?"
Oh,
And then you could tell that Simon was like, "Come on, I want to hit the buzzer this time." So it was
mm.
like, "Well, it's not us, is it?" Obviously, it's not us anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Simon's the one making the decision. So I actually was a little surprised at that, because I personally, again, I think it's just because of how it maybe translates different on camera, and you can really see his expression. He's telling a poem, um,
Mm.
compared to like we had these crazy acrobats that was really cool, or we
Mm-hmm.
had like some incredible singing, which like in an arena felt cool, in a theater it
Yeah.
felt really cool. Um, so I was a bit surprised, and then we also had Ren DMC. That's maybe who it was that we kept shouting, "Hit the buzzer."
Mm.
Um, he did like a roast rap at the judges.
Oh,
It was very
fun.
fun. He was very fun. Um, I thought he was going to go through,
Mm-hmm.
and he made it to the top two, but
Oh.
Rafferty went through.
Mm-hmm.
And Rafferty was great, but as I say, he went through. You couldn't actually see the first half of his trick because it was to the
Mm-hmm.
judges at the judges' desk. Um, which is the only thing. This was like my main takeaway as a difference in experience, but it actually turned out to be the same. You actually can't hear that much of the show when you're there in
No.
person. There's so much cheering, so much applause, so much
Mm-hmm.
noise. You can see Ant and Dec's mouths moving. You cannot hear
Mm-hmm.
what they're saying, which was
No.
interesting.
I found the acoustics of it all very interesting, actually. Like
Mm,
that, like you say, like some of the stuff you couldn't hear Ant and Dec, you couldn't necessarily hear the judges. Some of the acts I felt like, because the choir who ended up winning the whole show, congratulations to the Farmers Choir. I do feel like
congrats.
biased because they were at my semi-final, but
Hmm.
because they were a choir, where the mics were, it didn't sound as good as
All
like
right, yeah,
when you had like there was the little boy who sang the song from Paddington. That was so sweet and so cute, and like that sounded
that is
better
cute.
to my ears just because of the mic setup. Whereas I bet on TV, the choir probably sounded really good on TV because the sound levels and how it works for TV versus how it works in a theatre. Whereas I think if it was just being performed in a theatre, they would have set it up differently and
Yeah,
things like that. But like
yeah, that is
it's all the
true.
like secret behind the scenes stuff, like when you see the camera people like running around and like the cleanup after the golden buzzer. I found hilarious. Like the golden buzzer,
Yeah,
obviously everyone's so excited. And when it cuts the ad break, the amount of production people who then
yeah.
swarm the stage having to clear up this confetti and everything is brilliantly hilarious. And like this is the magic of live TV, is all these people picking up confetti.
So yeah, and this is the thing where it makes me realize that it's maybe scripted. I mean, we there's a lot of rumors, and there always have
Mm.
been, there always will be with these sorts of competition shows. But the amount of cleanup and prep that had to go into that ad break right after the golden buzzer means that surely they can't hit the golden buzzer to an act that isn't then going to go into an ad
You're
break, unless
so
they just
right.
hit pause and they're like, "Cool, we're doing the ad break now." But yeah.
Wait, I didn't even think about that, but that's actually like tea. Also, like
Mm,
my one, so the golden buzzer at my show was the drones, which I thought was really good, but like I feel really mean for saying that I didn't care. But like obviously the other acts were performed right in front of me, and this one we were watching on a screen. But the
yeah,
audience loved it. Like everyone was
yeah.
screaming to hit the golden buzzer. Like it did feel like the judges were reacting to that, or because I didn't
Okay.
expect the audience to react that much. I thought the choir were going to get the golden buzzer, and then it was like, oh, they've
Yeah,
already hit it. Like I was so surprised.
right.
But like the
Yeah,
audience were like, hit the golden buzzer. I was like, why did we not hit it for Juan Carlos? Juan Carlos was my favorite, guys. He was so sweet, but he opened the show, and you know the person opening the show is not getting the golden buzzer. Like it's
yeah,
just not happening.
not gonna happen. Yeah, I it's something I found quite interesting. So what they were called Celestial. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I my personal opinion of it is it's awesome. It's really cool to watch. Um, it feels odd for them to be competing on a show like Britain's Got Talent
Yeah.
because it's not live. It is, sure, if you were to watch one of their actual shows, it would be live, but it's also
Mm.
like pre-programmed.
Mhm.
It's not 100 people remote controlling these things. It doesn't require like live skill. It requires a very
Yeah.
different kind of skill. But also, this is well, this is true for a lot of them as well. But like this is their job. It's not a hobby that they're hoping that by going on Britain's Got
Mm.
Talent, their dream will come true.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like a
know.
production company. I just feel
It's a
like
production
when you
company, yeah.
watch like, I watched there was a boy band who were like a rock band and I don't know how old they were, but like, I don't know, late teens, early 20s, I guess. And it's like they're trying to make this dream happen. And also like
Hmm.
watching that live, really cool to watch live music.
Mm,
Watching a pre-recorded video of some drones,
mm.
not quite the same experience.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe if you're watching it from home, because everything obviously you're then watching on TV, it feels equal. But like being actually there, it was like, well, I could be doing anything while this is like I watched it. It was really good, but like I could just be on my phone.
Yeah. And also, I mean, this is true probably forever with Britain's Got Talent, but it feels more and more so the case now. It's very like, well, first of all, people are getting invited to audition. I would say nearly all of them are people that have been invited.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not what it used to be, I think, with like thousands of people queuing and hoping this is
Mm.
their moment. It's like maybe it was never and that was just for cameras. But like this act had to have been asked to come on the show, right? Or like asked if they could come on the show. It's
Yeah,
not just like, yeah, blah, 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 turning up singing a Celine Dion song. It's like
you couldn't
they
have to
had to
turn up with your
prep.
drones and go, "Please let us in. We
Yeah,
have a
please let
thousand
us
drones.
in.
Can we perform? By the way, it
Yeah,
has to be
please,
dark."
please, can you make the auditions go on late? Can we all head outside for this? Like, this is a whole production
Yeah.
setup, which again, very cool. But it's also something that I've noticed when we were going back, and I'm getting ahead of myself, so I'll slow down. But going back and looking at all the different crossovers that we've had,
Mm.
in sort of how tonally different Britain's Got Talent was then to now,
Yeah.
where it's like, I mean this with a lot of love, but I think some of the acts that did well before probably wouldn't do well now because they're not this crazy. We've never seen anything like this before,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I think Britain's Got Talent is striving for
Yeah.
now. And then it just feels a little dishonest, maybe if that's the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hot
And
take.
also like what one thing I learned watching Britain's Got Talent in person is I
Mm.
don't think I get magic. I was watching it and I'm like, right, this is all and like some bits I did go like, oh, like he did this thing. It was this whole thing to do with photos and memories and whatever, and his daughter came on at the end. And I'm a bit too cynical for Britain's Got Talent anyway, because like these things I'm like, oh whatever. But he did this trick where he like had Amanda scroll through pictures and land on one, and then he like brought it out the phone and he had it. And I'm like, that's cool. Your
Yeah.
main big trick, I'm like, why? It's a trick. Like we know
Hmm.
it's gonna have. There's some sort of stab. Like I don't care. You're not a wizard.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. And yet, I feel like this year had a lot of magicians.
There were so many.
Like how many magicians do we actually need? May I ask?
I
I'm
think
so
there was
sorry to the
at
magic
least
community. I hope I've not like been cancelled by the magic circle, but like I don't get it. Like I other acts you watch and you're like, wow. Whereas I think also because like magic is kind of performed for the people directly in front of you, so for the judges it's probably really cool. I was
yeah.
in row Y, so like,
Me too. What
oh
seat
my god,
number?
12.
Oh, you were off to the side. I was right in the
Mm.
middle, literally on the aisle in the middle,
Oh my god.
like
Well,
right
did it
behind
help
Simon
you
Cowell.
understand magic?
No, no.
Oh,
But also, I the thing is, there's a season of America's Got Talent. This was like during COVID. I used to watch a lot of. You watched anything that was on. That's all
yeah,
we could
true.
do. And I think his name was Shin Lim, and he was a magician. And he would do stuff where he would literally be like that, and then smoke would start coming out his mouth and stuff, and it was so cool. And no offense to any other magicians out there, because I couldn't do any of what you do, but this man genuinely, I was watching it, I was like, I feel like if this man just started floating, I'd be like, yeah, he can. He's just got superpowers. Um, so my bar's been set really high.
Yeah.
Also, no shade to Britain's Got Talent, but if you've ever watched a season of America's Got Talent, they do have a lot more talent. There's the caliber of performers on America's Got Talent is
I
insane.
suppose there's more people, isn't there? Like Britain, there's only so many people there.
There
We've
are
run out.
only so many
We've run
people
out of
now.
talent.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
my
We've got like
favourite one was the boy from Spain. He's not even from Britain, but I thought he was the most talented. So now what?
yeah, what are we gonna do now, huh? Um, anyway, so
Yeah.
shall we talk about crossover?
Oh, go on. I'm like, do you have anything else to say? I liked sitting in the judges' chairs. Well, I sat in
Yeah,
one
that was
chair.
cool.
That was nice. They were comfy. I liked
Whose chair
standing on the
did you
stage.
choose?
I chose the middle one so I could be by the golden buzzer. So
Hmm,
who's next to Simon? Amanda?
Amanda. It's
Twin.
okay. It's not like you were there in person or anything to see this.
I know. But I can really see the judges because where is that? Let's blame that.
Of course.
Also,
Yeah,
standing on
yeah.
the stage, I was like, oh my god, stage is smaller than you think it is.
Stage and theater are much smaller than you
Yeah.
think it is.
I'm like, oh. And
The
then
theater is pretty small.
also the Scream when Ant and Dec came out, I've been to my fair share of performances. I've seen Beyonce.
What?
And
Oh
I
wow.
don't think I've ever heard a Scream like Ant and Dec coming on to do some pre-show links. Like, people went insane. I was like, are you
Yeah.
all right? Some people in the audience, and then Derek would sometimes like be obviously waiting between acts, and they would just be like, and like try and grab Deck. I'm like, leave him alone. But like,
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like it. And then like when the judges came out, again, big cheer. Simon came out so late. Like, I was like, is he coming out? Is he coming to watch the show? Because all the others came out. I was like, where's Simon? Literally the last second Simon appears. Again, crowd goes crazy for Simon Cowell. I'm like,
Yeah, people
wow.
it was pretty mad. Oh, this is something maybe because some people were asking like how long should you queue and stuff like that when I posted my TikTok about it. I can't give you any of those answers. I mean, the series is over now. The entire stalls are invite. They're either friends and family of the judges of the acts or the crew, the set. They're friends and family of the set, the stage managers, stage team, whatever, and or they're TikTokers, social media people, or journalists, or whatever.
Mm.
The entire stalls are invite, which is also why I thought it was wild that how it all happened like that. Like people were losing their minds at Add to Deck, and I was like, I was too. I guess it was like this is cool to see them, but I was like, we've all been invited here. We're like yeah, the to be fair, I think it was like everyone you didn't have to have a strong connection to like Simon Cowell to
Mm.
get invited there. You could be like, I go to school with one of the singers in the boys' choir and they
Yeah.
know I love Britain's Got Talent. So it was just like as long as you knew someone to get you
Yeah.
the ticket. But it was very cool. And I think the reason they do that is because they want an audience who are they can almost rely a bit more, I guess, are going to be really
Yeah.
loud and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And then they can get the like camera shot reactions, like because there was a cameraman like in the aisle in front of me, and I just kept watching him. And like when you had like the different acts, he would go and find their friends and family, so you knew that you were getting the good reaction because it's like this lady is obviously related to the farmers choir because she's going bonkers, or like that man's clearly
yeah,
to do with the boy band because he's really like he's standing up dancing, and so they know they can also get those camera shots when those
yeah.
people are in the audience like
And
that.
this lady is clearly not part of Celestial's group because she has zero interest in what's
Yeah,
going
she's zoned
on.
out. She doesn't care. Oh, I had
um,
another thought about it
did
and
you
I've
end up on
forgotten.
camera?
No. I tried to. I was
No.
like,
Have you watched it back to check though?
well, my friends were watching from home and they
Oh,
were
okay.
like, also, no. Well, yes. This wasn't the point I was going to make, but I'm like, this is an important point and it links to crossovers. Is, of course, someone exists on Strictly and exists on Britain's Got Talent. It's the hardest working man in showbiz, Jake Lee. If you don't know Jake, he is an extra dancer on Strictly, often on the Strictly Live tour. He choreographed the
Brittany.
show dance and couples
Oh.
choice, and the Britney dance this year. Show dance and couples choice for I can't speak. Let me try again. He choreographed the show dance and couples choice that Karen and Carlos did, and choreographed the Britney number. We love Jake Lee. And often when I watch these programs that he's dancing in, I play Spot Jake Lee. It's great to do on The Masked Singer, great to do on Britain's Got Talent. I was playing it in real life. I got to go, where is he? I spotted him immediately. Poor man had to carry Mr. Cherry in. I know, career highlight. And then if you see my vlog, you know I ended up on the same tube as Jake on the way home. I found him. Don't cancel me. It was an accident.
He found you.
That's true. And like it was great to watch all those extra dances. That is actually really fun. Maybe this is the point I was trying to make. We'll get there. We're winding it back. We're getting to the point. In the aisles, as well as having camera people filming, some dancers, not dancers, what are they called? Performances. Oh my God, this is the worst sentence you've ever heard. Try again. Right, here we go. Some performances.
I'm leaving this whole thing in.
Yeah, keep it all in. Everyone's like, God, get to the point. Some performances, you had dancers like in the aisles, and they were like, hyping up the crowd and like really like good at performing, like really like expressive, and like, Mr. Cherry is sitting on watermelons. What the hell is going on? But it's okay because there's some dancers in the like, really like getting us going and keeping the energy up. That wasn't even a real full point. I don't know. There was more I was going to say. There was a point somewhere in my head, and I have no idea where it's gone. I think this was also the part. At one point, I did go and get a can of wine.
You're crazy.
From the bar, not just from the street. Like I went to the bar. Fun fact, actually, because Britain's Got Talent is sponsored by Tesco. At the bar, you get 20% off soft drinks and snacks if you have a club card.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I, however, got wine, so didn't get any money off. But, you kind of need it. It got to the point where it was like, I know these nipple swingers are coming on. I need some wine.
I was surprised that we were allowed to drink at all. I was surprised at how much of a normal theatre experience the whole thing is. Like, they don't care if you're drinking. The only things they would say are like, for Epic Sax Guy, for us, we all got inflatable saxophones, and they were like, hide it until it's time. Like
shout
they were
out
like,
to Epic Sax Guys. Shout out. That's my G. Why didn't he win?
I know, what? That was crazy. He didn't even do well. I think he came like 6th on my semi-final.
No.
Yeah, he did do great.
Just like Mr. Cherry.
Just like Mr. Cherry. Collab.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. But yeah, you could eat, you could drink. I really thought because that we could be on camera at any point, they would want us to all be like, the whole time. But they were like, cheer when we tell, or like cheer when it's right to cheer. Be charismatic. But like those bits where you see the people on camera, sometimes they don't even realize it's on them. Like I watched back a tiny bit of the episode because my dad was watching it at home and didn't see me. I don't think. Maybe he did. Maybe he just not told me. Dad, what's going on? Shout out to Dad.
Shout out.
But yeah, there's so many points where like you see a camera floating about, but you don't know if it's on you, and you could be there chugging your wine. They don't care unless you're 15. Don't do that then. Yeah, I will say there was one lady that got kicked out of my show.
What?
Yeah.
How'd you get kicked out of Britain's Got Talent?
I know, pretty mad. A lady at Britain's Got Talent got kicked out because she was filming. She kept standing in the aisle and filming as well. And we were in the middle aisle where the auto cue is for Ant and Dec. So specifically her seats and like that few rows, they weren't allowed to stand anyway because they would be blocking the auto cue, which seems like bad design, first of all. But she kept filming. She kept standing in the aisle. She kept dancing. And then she kept trying to get like her kid to dance as well, and the staff had to keep going over and being like, stop trying to dance, we need you to sit down. And then eventually it got to an ad break and they were like, you need to go. Luckily the kid got to stay and actually enjoy the show, so because I was like, this is a shame. But yeah, pretty crazy. And they did say it in the pre-show. They were like, follow our rules please, we don't ask for much. If you don't, we'll kick you out because it's live TV and we need you to follow these rules. So they did say it. They did warn us. And like some people were subtly filming and they didn't really care. As long as you were like taking a photo or whatever, they didn't really care. But this lady was fully like,
no,
not great. Anyway.
Diva. I do think it's interesting you were allowed to keep your phones. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but I thought it'd be so much stricter. And I'm like, if we ever get into Elstree, please let us into Elstree, then I think it is stricter there. But like BGT, they're just like whatever.
I suppose because it is. I mean, Strictly is live, but the results aren't. Maybe they will be. Maybe that's going to change. We'll get onto that. Not this episode, but maybe. Anyway,
ask us a question down below. Do you think the results will be live? And then we'll answer next week.
Talk about that. Yeah. But because Britain's Got Talent is completely live, there's not really anything happening. And this was something else because I was chatting to the couple next to me just before the show, finding out like who they were, what's going on, what you know. It was just lovely. And they were like, nah, it can't be live. There's no way it's live. And then it started, and I was like, it's bang on 6 o'clock right now. Like, this is live. Maybe there is a 10-second delay or something. You know, there probably is a wee delay, but it is live. So we can't leak anything because it's happening as you see it. So I guess they don't really care. Strictly, you could leak the results, I guess.
Right.
Or it always happens. But you could leak them without your phone, but I guess you could record it and leak it with your phone. Also, there's a lot of Strictly. Well, there's a lot of Britain's Got Talent they don't want you to see. There's a lot of Strictly they don't want you to see. You're very much like upstairs, away from the auditorium, and then you're in the auditorium, you know. So, I don't know. Okay, that was a lot of ramble. Anyway, should we talk about Strictly Britain's Got Talent crossover?
Yes. So obviously we've touched on Jake Lee. Oh, always do. Sorry, cancelled again.
Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Ladies, get back.
Also, before you do, has anyone been noticing all my various mugs? I try and have a different mug every episode.
I do. There was one episode where I was doing the clips and you have the Highland Cow mug and the Highland Cow behind you, and I was like, we get it, you're Scottish.
Right now I only have Stephanie the Seagull.
Aww. All my friends are over there on the bed. Anyway, we'll talk about the crossovers. We've touched on Jake Lee. Now we'll go back. Everyone cast your minds back to 2012. It's the Olympics. Girls Aloud are back together. And do you know what else is happening?
In the comments say that was the year you were born, by the way. Just hold your horses, please. Because that was half my life ago. So if you were born, I am double your age. And that hurts my feelings. But also do put it in the comments because it's good engagement. So thanks.
So we're in 2012. There's a little show called Britain's Got Talent. And two ballroom dancers decide to go on it. Ballroom and Latin. And one of them is called, I've forgotten, Natalia, maybe? I don't know. I watched it earlier. Natalia. She's from Cyprus. The other one is a familiar face you may know as Kai Widdrington.
Yeah,
at age 16.
Strictlytalk podcast.
Yes. You may recognise him from such episodes as 18. Oh. You may recognise him from the Yahoo News article about Strictlytalk. And it's little Kai went on Britain's Got Talent. He made the final.
He did make the final.
And we watched it earlier. And what was your review?
Well, first of all, I was trying to do some maths. And he was 16. Baby boy. Yeah. He looks so young, but also weirdly, when he joined Strictly, if you'd show me him on Britain's Got Talent, I'd be like, that's not the same man. But now he looks more like he did when he was 16.
Yeah. How does that happen?
He seems to have, I don't know how that happened. Well, I text Poppy my review of his audition and went, he's just doing a whole bunch of skedaddling. It was such a I think he was doing a jive. I don't know. It was a lot of kick. And it was very funny. But it's the first thing that it made me think genuinely, because there's a few we went through and I've watched. The camera work on Strictly is so good, and they know what they're doing. The camera work on these ballroom dances on Britain's Got Talent, if they had no idea, because it was you were missing bits, and it was like a wide shot that sometimes just made it not look that impressive at times, or they weren't moving with the dancing. Anyway, it was very, very fun to see baby Kai giving us his all. Yeah, he was great. And so he made it through the auditions. He made it through the semis. He made it all the way to the final.
which is just crazy.
Which is crazy.
It's weird watching it when, like, not in a way of like parasocial, don't cancel me, but like we know Kai, right? We've obviously spoken to him on here. We just watched Pro Tour. We just watched him perform. Like, last time I watched him perform was a week ago, I think, if I can do maths. What day is it now? Monday. Less than a week ago, right? Less than a week ago, I watched this man do a jive from row B, and then I've just watched him from over 10 years ago doing his jive, and it's like he's got better.
He has got better.
He's got
He
better.
has got better.
He's like, you can tell that in 2012 he didn't have the same like stage presence and like knowing how to perform for an audience, because obviously there's going to be difference between like competing in like ballroom land competitions and performing on stage, and like it's just like, oh my god, look at them. You can tell they're both like, they're 15 and 16, like they've clearly not done this before, and it's just like, oh
yeah. I think it was like that. You've said something that reminded me of one of the other thoughts I had, which is based on where he was at, and I guess how we know him now from Strictly. The Britain's Got Talent performances felt like, yeah, competition dances. But competition dances aren't always the most like entertaining for TV dances, because they are about showing off how good a dancer they are. Whereas if we watch Strictly, we know that obviously the celebrities aren't professional, world renowned dancers. So the choreography has to look more entertaining, and it does. But yeah, I also, it was very sweet to be like, oh, that's our Kai,
this
and
Kai.
look at him, and he's doing it now. Yeah, it was fun to watch. He went on to the final, and Natalia got injured right before they performed.
No.
I did a deep dive.
Oh my god, you dove deep.
I dove deep, and then they made a couple mistakes in the final, and they actually placed 11th out of 11 in
11
the
11,
vote.
make a wish.
But they did make it to the final, which is better than the rest of the people we're going to mention. So,
which I find surprising.
Which I do find surprising. Because should we move on to the next pair?
Should we move on?
Was AJ and Chloe. So Chloe Hewitt, who you may know from Strictly, although she never got a partner, but she was
robbed,
cast for a couple of years.
Yeah, I think her and AJ must have joined together.
Yeah,
and then she just never got partnered. I assume they joined together. I actually don't remember, because I don't know what year these things happened.
So they competed on Britain's Got Talent in 2013. So the next year after Kai and Natalia, and they only made it to the semi-final. First of all, AJ looks 8 years old. He's so small.
Yeah.
He has always been small, but he looks so small. They danced a bit more sort of TV entertainment. They did like a paso or an Argentine or something. It was very dramatic, and I was like, this makes more sense. This is what I would be expecting to see on Britain's Got Talent. But yeah, they only made it to the semis.
Although I do think it's interesting that they both ended up on Strictly before Kai, which like, you don't know how it ended up like that, but it's like, do you know what I mean? You'd think, if you're thinking, okay, he did Britain's Got Talent first, so he's kind of ahead in the timeline, and he'll end up on Strictly first. But actually, AJ joined in 2016.
I don't know.
I'm looking in 2016. That's only 3 years after.
Yeah.
That's crazy to go from that quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, I think it also, this is what I was sort of touching on earlier with Britain's Got Talent. It's changed a lot. And it was back then, it felt a lot more about like finding these people that would then hopefully go on to have these cool careers.
Yeah.
And like AJ, Chloe, and Kai all went on to do something with Strictly. AJ and Chloe didn't even make it to the final, and they went on to do something with Strictly. Like, that's really cool. Whereas I don't even think any of these people would have made it to the final, and not for lack of talent and not for lack of like ability, but just because we have Strictly, we watch this ballroom all the time. It just feels like Britain's Got Talent isn't necessarily the place for it. I don't know though. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I was going to say, like, I think it is interesting that we don't have like a lot of ballroom and Latin on Britain's Got Talent, and whether we think it is because Strictly kind of fills that gap and they want to do something different, and that whether it's a production decision of even if they got through the auditions, would they even put them on the live shows, whether it's like people don't want to audition because they're like, well, this is a different kind of thing anyway. But it does feel like, even generally, I feel like there was a lack of dance this year. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm surprised. I feel like normally there's more dance acts, but especially like Ballroom and Latin, we can count on our hands probably how many acts there have been on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, because I think as well, there's like certainly with Britain's Got Talent, when it's a big dance troupe, we're always comparing them to like diversity. Or, you know, when there's, or like if it's an individual dancer, it's like, are they George Sampson? Or like a singer, it's like, do they have this Susan Boyle journey? You know, like there's so much comparison going on. And then we have stuff like Ballroom and Latin, and we're like, but are they as entertaining as watching Strictly? And it's so now they keep striving for this thing you've never seen before.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not Has Britain's Got Talent, it's Has Britain got a new talent that you've never seen?
Oh.
Maybe.
Wow. And then to bring us back, I was going to try and think of a thing, but I couldn't find a link. Okay. Sorry, everyone.
That was really good.
So we've done 2012, we've done 2013, 2014. We see more Ballroom and Latin in the shape of, what do they call themselves? Kings and Queens.
Kings and
Queens. And it was a little dance troupe with Neil and Katia Jones, at the time married. Kai was back. And there were also other people who I can't help but wonder, what are they doing now?
Yeah.
What are they up to?
Where are they at now?
Like, if anyone in the comments knows,
let us know.
Please let us know. I feel like Neil and Katia haven't really aged that much. Like, this, I feel like you could tell me this was 5 years ago for them, or like within the last 5 years. Kai still looks 7. Like, that's clearly Kai from a decade ago.
Yeah, there is a whole bit. So they again made it to the semi-final. They didn't make it to the final. And in their semi-final performance, the whole first like 30 seconds is Kai and one of the female dancers in a phone box pretending to make out.
Yeah, I was like, he's 18. And what are you doing?
What's happening right now?
Yeah. I was really confused.
But yeah, so this was a big group number, and so it had sort of that difference. And it was also funny. There was comedic elements. It was giving Neil and Katia, you know? Yeah. There was the really cool, very impressive talent, and then also the silliness too.
Yeah.
That would come with that. Yeah, I mean, it was very fun. I'm surprised out of the 3 that this isn't the one that made it to the final.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say this was my favorite of the 3. Yeah. I thought this was the best, like, choreography, the best, like, you know, there were clear concepts of the dance routines. There was like an outfit change. There was all this stuff. You're telling me this one didn't make the final? No offense to Kai and Natalia. Like, they were small and lovely and sweet. But, like, this is better. These were Kai's best performances on Britain's Got Talent, and you're telling me you didn't get the final with this?
Yeah, I also think it was the most, like, for TV performance. Yeah. It was entertaining. They were doing it for the camera while also doing it for the stage. Simon didn't like it.
Because he's boring.
Yeah, because he's boring. But someone who did like it was Alicia, which, again, we'll get
Alicia
on to.
Dixon?
But never heard of her. Never heard of her. I think we have one more crossover. There's probably more. If people have them, again, let us know. We were just doing this off of what we could think of and find. But Molly Rainford.
Yeah.
So our Strictly finalist of 2022. Molly Rainford. She auditioned for Britain's Got Talent when she was 11. She sang. It's actually how I believe she then ended up in the drama musical theatre school she went to, and then actually how she'll have then ended up on her various shows and then Strictly. So,
like, that's a BGT success story. That's a lovely little, and she did fantastic on Strictly, and I was a huge fan of her dancing. I thought she was absolutely wonderful.
She would never have met her current love.
Oh my god!
Without Britain's Got Talent.
Let us start crying.
Oh, it's
we love Molly and Tyler.
It's always an episode of Strictly. It's never, you know what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
And that's what I've always said.
And I've always said that. I was going to say off the back of this, do you think it's surprising that she is seemingly the only person who has been on Britain's Got Talent as a non-dancer who has then ended up on Strictly? So the only celebrity we've had on Strictly to come from Britain's Got Talent, there's been one. That's not a good sentence. Do you find it surprising that we've only had one celebrity who has come from Britain's Got Talent and ended up on Strictly? I still can't word the sentence. You know what I'm saying, though? I'm trying to get a good intro for a social clip, and I can't get the sentence right. Like,
I'll say,
do you know what I mean?
Can you believe that Molly Rainford is the only Britain's Got Talent contestant that has ended up on Strictly?
I know, that's crazy.
I'm saying let's have, what was the dog called this season? Salsa?
Oh, yeah. First dog on Strictly.
First dog on Strictly. That is quite surprising. Well, kind of we've had the diversity boys, but never as a contestant.
Like, does it speak to the caliber of Britain's Got Talent success if there's only been one?
It's true. That is very true. I'm really trying to think of like previous winners now and see who I even think could do well. I mean, George Sampson would be such a cool person to have on
That would be
because
cool.
you know it's going to be good.
Yeah. I'd love to see one of the diversity boys as a contestant. I know it would be controversial, but I don't care. I want to see Perry Kylie dance with Yavita. Sue me.
Yeah. Sorry, it would be amazing.
Sorry, it'd be so good. I'm surprised there's not been more like comedians. Like, didn't Axel Blake win? Like,
I don't know this man. Sorry to this man.
I think he's a comedian who did Strictly. No, he didn't. He did the other one, Britain's Got Talent. Oh my god, my brain's not working today.
This was a really good segment, though.
I feel like the fact we can't name many, like, who can we even name who's been on Britain's Got Talent? Susan Boyle for Strictly when?
Well, she is doing a new album.
No, she's coming back. She's going to perform on Strictly this year. I'm calling it now. She will perform.
What if she does, like, Susan Boyle is just releasing a new album, and then her promo for her new album is she goes on Strictly?
Who would you put her with? How tall is Susan Boyle?
I'll Google it. Give me 2 seconds.
She feels short.
Who would you put her with? She does feel short. Susan Boyle is... Oh god, you're gonna have to type in height. Susan Boyle height. She's 5'4".
Okay.
So
give her Kai, and then they can have a BGT reunion.
Yeah, we could have Kai. Will Neil finally get a partner?
Oh, BGT reunion. Give her one of them who's been on BGT, and then they can just talk about it. Except not on camera, because it's a different network.
Yeah. I would say if Susan Boyle was on Strictly, I would be putting her with Ali Ash.
Oh, give me some Subo Ballroom.
Susan Boyle Suzali Ash.
There we go. We've got the team name.
Ali Ash Susan.
No.
Okay, so we're going to workshop that. We'll come back to that at some point. Yes, back to Molly Rainford. That is quite an interesting thing, to be fair. And I'm so glad it happened because she's so good.
Yeah.
And it is a bit surprising because she's not a dancer. But I do suppose out of all the people on Britain's Got Talent from a while ago, she is one of the few that have made a big TV career. Obviously, the dancers and diversity aside. But then I bet you there's celebrities now. I didn't even realize Molly Rainford was from Britain's Got Talent. So I bet there are others that I wouldn't even realize.
Do you know who I think could do Strictly? Sydney Christmas.
Who's that?
She's a singer. I think she won it. I don't actually know.
Oh,
I just like that her last name is Christmas.
That would be good. Maybe she'll do the Christmas special.
Yeah. Oh, Sydney Christmas for Christmas special. Oh my god, that's our next campaign.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. I think I do know who that is. Did she perform this year as a guest at some point?
I don't know.
Okay, and this is a really good
I don't actually know who she is, but okay, well, moving on. What else is this episode about? Oh, sorry. Alicia Dixon. Welcome back to Strictlytalk. We're zoning back in. She's back in the room.
We're Strictlytalk a load of rubbish.
Yeah, where Strictly talks about Britain's Got Talent. Alicia Dixon is, of course, a judge on Britain's Got Talent. She is the only person to have judged Britain's Got Talent and Strictly Come Dancing. And also, she won Strictly Come Dancing in 2007?
Yes.
7 was my instinct, and I'm questioning myself. And I'm like, no, go with your gut. It must be 7.
I think it's 7.
It must be 7.
We're going with 7. It was the 8th series, was it? No.
So then it must be 7. No, 6. Who is Alicia Dixon?
Oh dear, this is good, everyone. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having as much fun as we are.
Use this time to write more questions in the comments section.
Yeah, we use time to write as much as you want. Alicia Dixon, the 5th series in 2007.
There we go. We'd like to lock in 2007. So Alicia Dixon won Strictly in 2007. She then judged the show from one year to another. I've forgotten when. And
9 till 11. She did 3
series. I was going to guess 12.
I think. Well, technically to 12, but it was 3 series.
Yeah, so 9, 10, 11.
9, 10, 11.
And then she joined Britain's Got Talent in 2012 because her and Amanda have been doing it for 14 years together, which is lovely.
Lovely.
We love it when women are friends.
She got paid a lot more for Britain's Got Talent than Strictly.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, so
I don't really remember her judging style. I can't lie.
No, but what's interesting is she did Strictly. She was a judge for Strictly. She then moved to Britain's Got Talent, and then all these people we've just mentioned auditioned. So she judged Kai, AJ, Neil, Katya.
That is crazy.
And she said something in one of them. This is going to be such a bad anecdote because I can't remember what she said. But she said something that would, if you didn't know she was a judge on Strictly, you would have no idea. But she was clearly like trying to judge it from an entertainment standpoint and not a ballroom and Latin standpoint. But yeah, it was just quite interesting to watch, knowing her history there. But also, she's quite an interesting person to have judged Strictly anyway, because she doesn't have the knowledge or so she did it. She was on the show. She obviously knew a lot and she learned a lot and she's a great dancer. But like, she's not a competition winning ballroom and Latin dancer.
In the same way that Alicia Dixon judged Strictly, if you could take another ex-Strictly winner to be a judge, who would you pick? Putting you on the spot.
Okay. I feel like, okay, interesting. I'm going through all the ones that I don't know why my brain straight away went to Jay McGuinness, and I don't think he would. I think he's so shy. I don't think he would.
Yeah, but he's got the musical theatre side to himself, so he knows all about the like musicality and stuff, the performance. Yeah. But yeah, I do think he's maybe shy.
It's not a winner, but Leighton.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and then I was like, wait, you didn't win. I think he'd be good.
Yeah, wait, are they judging Britain's Got Talent or Strictly?
Strictly.
Yeah.
Or either. Leighton. Technically, you could do either.
Yeah, you could do either. Tasha as well. Again, I'm not naming winners. These are just people I want to see. Can we make it happen?
I'm trying to think who's won this show. I'm just thinking of people, I'm like, no, they wouldn't work. Like, Abby Clancy's not going to judge Strictly.
Sorry to this lady.
Sorry to this lady. Bill Bailey, can't see it.
I do know this man. Oh my god, Bill Bailey would be a great Britain's Got Talent judge, though.
Yeah, he would be good for Britain's Got Talent. Calvin Fletcher, really can't see judging. Stacey Dooley, can't see judging, but could see presenting. This is like a terrible quiz. Joe, what's his name? From Holby City. What's his name? McFadden, is that his name? Little Joe, who danced with Katya.
I'll cut her off in a minute.
Ray.
Keep going for now.
Basically none of them. Basically, Alicia Dixon is the only person who could have won Strictly and then judged it, is actually my conclusion.
She's also...
And even she shouldn't have done
kind of had such... No, she's done such a crazy career, like, pivot as well. Because she was in Mystique. And then she did a little bit of solo music, maybe. I think she did. And
the Boy Does Nothing.
Strictly, and then she did a lot of solo music. Boy Does Nothing. Also Breathe Slow. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I love that song.
Okay, anyway.
I love Alicia Dixon. Local girl.
Okay,
Have you ever heard my Alicia Dixon anecdote about my nan?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. So Alicia Dixon is from a local town. Not going to give away my location, but she's from a local town. And that's the town where my grandparents lived. So they would often see her around. That's not even the anecdote, but they'd often see her around and she'd say hi to my granddad in Waitrose. Anyway, right, all right. Waitrose, very nice. This isn't the anecdote. This is the anecdote. My nan worked in the school where Alicia's brother went. And one day Alicia's mum
Okay.
came to pick up her brother from the school and said to my nan, "Have you seen the news? Do you know the news? It was 9/11. My nan found out about 9/11 from Alicia Dixon's mum.
Oh my god. Wow. That is quite the anecdote.
What a connection!
Yeah.
What a connection! I know.
That's look at that.
What a
And
connection.
people dare to say
Like,
parasocial.
where were you when 9/11 happened? I was at Centre Parks. I know. And my nan found out about it from Alicia Dixon's mum.
I have no idea
Shout out
where.
to Alicia Dixon's mum.
We're back. We had internet difficulties, so
I
sorry everyone.
don't know what happened there.
Hopefully this is fine. Anyway, we're just gonna move on to the hot take because who knows what we were saying at this point. It's been like a fair few minutes since we've managed to sort the internet issue. So time for a hot take. And this week it's me. And if Poppy remembers her, she can do one too.
Yeah, I don't remember what one is.
Basically, my hot take is Britain's Got Talent has taught me one thing, and it's that Britain doesn't have much talent. Basically, I am very excited to see all these different acts from all over the world. But then I find it really fascinating that there's like this huge focus on the British acts that generally aren't as good sometimes. Not all of them, some of them are amazing. But like a lot of the best acts this year on British Got Talent were not in fact British. And I think that should be celebrated more and acknowledged more because the world has a lot of talent and we saw that and that was really cool. But I just find it really interesting as a show how, especially with the way like there was the winner and like the poetry and stuff, is like they really strive to be like there's this like air of patriotism, but then so much of the show has nothing to do with Britain. It's just the name of the show. And I found it a very interesting sort of watch because, yeah, why not just embrace the fact that it's very much not British, you know?
Yeah. Also, I was going to go down a different route with this, and I'm glad you went this route because my sounded so much harsher. I'm like, I can't say that now.
That Britain doesn't have talent.
Yeah. That maybe I felt like the things I saw at the semi-final, I'm surprised made it to the semi-final. I'm like, if this is meant to be the best, however many, I think it's that thing though of they're striving to be different, and really, it's like I don't think there's a shame in having like lots of dance acts and lots of singing acts and lots of comedy acts. Like it's okay to do something we've seen before. Like if you're good at it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And instead, it's like, but drones.
I mean, I will say I'm impressed that the show is still going in that sense because, like,
that's true.
And that's maybe why they're striving for original. I'm just checking when it started. So we're on the 19th series.
Wow.
That was the 19th series. And yeah, there is only so many talents that can exist. And generally, the ones that go well are the sort of singing and dancing stuff. But obviously, how many times before they have to give up on that, which is probably why they're going for these global things that we haven't seen much of on Britain's Got Talent before. But yeah, I just think it's quite an interesting angle. And then the way that some of the sort of rallying behind certain contestants I thought was quite interesting as well in that sort of Britishness, which I think is weird and maybe a bit reflective of the culture of today, which is also, there's so much that could be said. But anyway, that's my hot take. Britain doesn't have that much talent. The rest of the world has a lot more talent, and I think they should be doing more to celebrate it. But I don't know. Yeah,
I think that's a fair take.
That's my hot take.
Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah, let us know. Do you think Britain's got talent?
Does Britain have talent?
Does Britain have talent? Other than these two gorgeous.
Also, I've remembered a point.
Okay.
Can I go back on a point? We're winding it back. When I was researching the different dancers who have been on Strictly, who have been on Britain's Got Talent, I'm yawning. I came across. Really don't know what's wrong with me today. I came across these two kids who auditioned in 2016, and they were 10, and they did ballroom and Latin. They did like a jive. It was so cute. I've forgotten their names, but I watched it, and then I was like, "Where are they now?" I only researched the girl. I'm so sorry to the boy. I just forgot to research him. But the girlie is still dancing, and now she's 18. And I'm like, could we see another, Kai, AJ, Neil, Katya moment of could she one day become a pro on the show? Because I forgot what I said in her Instagram bio, but she's a finalist at some competition. She obviously was on Britain's Got Talent. Like, could she perhaps one day make it into the Strictly professional lineup? It'd be better if I could remember her name.
If, because the people on Britain's Got Talent do have to do a little bit of like the camera work and stuff, obviously, so that does set them up a little bit more to do the camera work on Strictly, like as in speaking the talking bits. Because I think that's part of the reason that Strictly pros get hired, obviously, is like, sure, they're all great dancers, but are they good at being on camera and connecting with an audience and stuff? So yeah, very interesting. Well, we'll look out for this unnamed dancer that you
I'm so sorry.
And
it would have been really good if I could have remembered.
For those of you at home that have listened to this entire episode, wow, well done, because it's been
I'm really sorry.
Chaos and a mess. We're both we're just look, we'll be honest with you, it's Monday and we have it's coming out on Wednesday, and we were just like, oh, we got to get it done, and we've both been real busy. So we know this isn't our finest work, but we appreciate you sticking along for the ride.
And you might have learned something. You might have thought, wow, I'm going to go back and watch Kai's Britain's Got Talent audition. And I think you should.
You should. It's a lot of skedaddling.
It's a lot. Countless skedaddles.
Countless skedaddles. In fact, make it a game. Count them. Count the skedaddles. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I have been, and still am, Jordan Cant on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
And I am, and have always been, a faithful. And also Poppy. I'm Strictly Poppy on TikTok. I'm Poppy.Morrison_ on Instagram. And you should follow me.
Yes.
No, you should. Actually, no, don't. Don't waste your time. Don't bother. It's fine.
Don't worry about it. And follow,
don't
but
worry.
Please do follow the podcast. Once again, if you're following on one, please just head over to the other and just follow. The number means a lot, even if you're not watching it on the other one. It just helps. It gets us to a point where we can, start hopefully reaching out to more people and stuff like that. So we really appreciate it. But the support's been amazing.
If you heard this and are more interested in our Britain's Got Talent experiences, both of us have videos on our respective TikTok pages with better information and better explanation of what it was like to go. Because I actually don't remember if we explained it well at all, other than there were cameras, which there were.
Yeah, I could lie and say it's like 10 a.m. and that's early for us. It's not. It's lunchtime. It's not even, but it's still early for us. We have the sleep cycle of a moody teenager, and we're aware of that, which is why this works wonderfully. However, if anything hasn't been explained well, ask us and we'll answer it next week in our Q&A episode of Strictlytalk podcast. But anyway, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye.
Bye.